Love, Simon is a new romantic comedy slash coming of age slash high school movie that is directed by Greg Berlanti of all people. If you haven't heard of Greg Berlanti, you should watch Arrow or Flash or one of the other DC shows because his name pops up a lot when you watch those shows. And so I was kind of surprised when I saw that he was directing this movie. I was like, okay, it's kind of interesting. It stars Nick Robinson. It stars Josh Duhamel, Jennifer Gardner, Alexander Shipp from Storm from X-Men Apocalypse. It also stars Keon... Damn it, what is his name? Okay, I can't remember his name exactly, but you guys remember Wally from Flash. Yeah, he's in this movie too. Love, Simon is about a kid named Simon, played by Nick Robinson. He is a kid that's got almost the perfect life. He's got great parents. He's got great friends. He's got great family. He's a good student in school. He's got it all pretty much. Except he has one pretty big secret. His secret is that he is gay. He is secretly gay, and he hasn't told his friends or his family anything about it. He begins an online relationship with some anonymous other person at school who is also gay, and so the rest of the movie is really about him trying to figure out who this anonymous person is while also dealing with this blackmailing situation that pops up and his struggle to hold everything together between school and his friends and his family and his big secret. Once again, this is another film that is based off of some kind of book, and again, this is another movie that is based off of a book that I have not read. And you know what? I have a solution. This keeps happening, and I have a solution. I'm a solution-oriented guy. I think Hollywood should just stop making movies based off of books. How about that? Because it seems like every other week I run into a movie that is based off of a book that I haven't read. And so that's my solution for everything. Hollywood, just stop making movies that are based off of books. Oh, although if you could though, maybe you could make a movie about Hatchet, because I really liked that book growing up. It's a great survival book. You could make a movie about that, but no other ones. Oh, and also, can you make a movie about Watership Down? I really loved that book too growing up. If you could make a movie about Watership Down, that'd be awesome. Oh, and there's some Merlin books. Outside of those three, no more. So Love, Simon, I gotta say, surprised me. I didn't really have a whole lot of expectations going into this film, and it's pretty damn good. And there's a lot of things to like about this one. Everything about it, from the writing and the dialogue to the performances. The best thing I could say about it is that it all feels real. Everything in this film feels like it could happen, and it feels like it's dealing with real people. It doesn't feel like there's like Hollywood versions of the characters. It doesn't feel like people are overacting. It doesn't feel like anybody is trying to go out of their way to sell what this movie actually is. And what this movie actually is it's kind of the first major big studio wide release of a gay comedy, and that's really what this thing is. However, I'll say it really doesn't matter if you're gay or not watching this movie. It's a good movie in its own right, and it also has something that can appeal to anybody. It doesn't really matter what you feel, if you're down with homosexuals or not. Nick Robinson, I remembered him as that annoying kid from Jurassic World. I remember throughout that entire movie, I rooted for his death. He was a big shitbag in the movie. I didn't really care about him, but in this movie, he gives probably the best performance I've ever seen from him. The best thing that the movie did in regards to his character in this movie is that it didn't go out of its way to try to make you feel sorry for him and what he was going through. I mean, yeah, he's struggling and he's got this secret and it's a big deal. He's got great friends to help him through it. He's got a great family, and at the same time, they make his story and his struggle so relatable. I don't care who you are, I don't care where you've been, we've all had struggles in our lives where we've struggled to tell people important things that we wanted to keep secret. I'm sure that a lot of us have also had times where we've struggled with the consequences of what would happen if somebody found out this about you, or what would happen, how would your life change if people all of a sudden looked at you in a different way. His family and their performances were very relatable too. His friends were awesome in this movie. His friends and him had such great chemistry. There's such great, witty, funny-ass dialogue that's shot back and forth between them. Again, they all feel like real people. They feel like how me and my friends get down. Almost all of the other characters have something interesting about them too, something that makes you root for them and understand them a little bit too. There are parts of this movie that are funny, there are parts of this movie that are very dramatic and kind of heartbreaking, but most of all, there are parts of this movie that are just pure fun, and everything about the way Greg Berlanti directed this makes it come out that way. And to compare this film to anything, I would probably say it feels a lot like Edge of 17. If you guys don't remember Edge of 17, I think it came out in 2016 or something like that. Edge of 17 was one of my favorite films of 2016. It's a coming of age story. The only difference is, in that story, it was a girl. In this one, it's a guy, except he's gay. And I would say that the issues that I have with the film, or really one issue that I have with the film, is kind of a nitpicky thing. It has to do with the antagonist of the film, and I have to be careful when I talk about it because I'm really not into spoilers. But the way that the film decided to handle the antagonist and some of the writing that went into the antagonist, because it had to do with bullying and certain things like that, I feel like a lot of that was kind of sloppy and not really well done, and I feel like they could have done more to accentuate that what the person was doing was wrong, and they could have dealt with it in a better way than the film actually decided to do with. This is just a relatable movie. It's a relatable, fun movie with fun characters, great dialogue, great performances, great direction, and I had an absolute blast watching it. It falls just short of greatness because of some of the issues I gave it, but I'm going to still give Love, Simon a very high rating. Man of Steel, Silver Age. And this movie is also pretty important in terms of representation. I feel like everybody should have the right to be represented or have that kind of representation on screen. And I feel like the gay community hasn't had a lot of that in mainstream studio movies like this, and now they finally have it. Alright, so guys, tell me what your favorite coming-of-age movie has been in the last few years. Please list those in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace!